Hi everybody, as promised, I wanted to record a short video that helps you out or walks you through some problems from the week 1 lesson 2 dimensional analysis practice document. So feel free to pull that up and do it alongside me. I'm going to be doing problems 2, 3, and 6 on this video. Okay, so feel free to scoot ahead if you already have like 2 or 3 answered. Alrighty, so let's start with number 2. Remember that the first thing we want to do is define our starting point, our ending point, and then look for any conversion factors we're going to need. So go ahead and pause and try to fill that in on your own. Alrighty, our starting point is 72 feet. We know that because it's a number and a unit together. We need to keep a number and a unit together for the starting point. Our ending point is kilometers. So we need to find a conversion factor or multiple conversion factors that are going to get us from feet to kilometers. Let's look first for a conversion factor that gets us out of feet. As I look here, I have 3.3 feet equals 1 meter, but I need to get all the way to kilometers. So let's also find a conversion factor that gets me from meters to kilometers. If I look on the right side, I have 1,000 meters equals 1 kilometer. So I'm going to need those 2 conversion factors. I'm going to write them up top of my screen here. 3.3 feet equals 1 meter. And 1,000 meters equals 1 kilometer. Excellent. Now we just have to set it up, okay? We start with our starting value of 72 feet off in space, and then we need to set up space to write in our conversion factor. We want to cancel out the unit of feet, so we're going to use our conversion factor that has feet in it, and we want to put those 3.3 feet on the bottom so that the unit of feet will cancel out with the other one that's on top. 3.3 feet equals 1 meter, so I'll put that on top. Now I need to go from meters to kilometers, so I'm going to use my second conversion factor. Meters is on top, so in this next conversion factor, I need my 1,000 meters on bottom and my 1 kilometer on top. Now I'm in kilometers. That's my only unit left. All my other ones have canceled out, so I know I'm done because that was my ending goal, was to get to kilometers. Now I just have to type it in. Remember that all the numbers on top get multiplied. All the numbers on bottom get divided. Try typing it in on your calculator right now. Okay, I'm going to type it in for you. I'm going to go 72 times 1 divided by 3.3 times 1 divided by 1,000. And I get this number, 0.021818 forever and ever and ever. Okay, you guys can round that, so I would say round to like 3 decimal places, 0.02, and then that 1 is going to round up to 2. So 0.022, and I'm not done yet. Super important that I put my final units here. That was the goal the whole time, was to get to kilometers. That's my final answer for this problem. Okay, we're going to do problem number 3 now. I want to start by defining my start, my end, and listing my conversion factors that I need. Pause and do that now. My start should be a number and a unit, so 4.472 miles. Miles is different than this M here. This M is meters. Don't forget that. My ending point is those meters, just a unit. Now I need conversion factors that are going to get me from miles to meters. Let's start by looking for one that has miles in it. As I look, I find that 1 mile is equal to 1.61 kilometers. But I need to end in meters, not kilometers. So now I need a unit or a conversion factor that gets me from kilometers to meters. I'll use that same one from problem number 2. 1,000 meters equals 1 kilometer. Okay. All right, so I'll write those in up above. 1 mile equals 1.61 kilometers, and 1 kilometer equals 1,000 meters. And I'm running out of space here, you guys, so since we're not doing problem number 4 together, I'm going to use the space down here to map this out, okay? So try mapping it out on your own right now. And when I say mapping it out, I mean doing this right here. Okay, that's set up for this next problem. Pause and do that now. Okay, we start with our starting value out in space, so 4.472 miles. Now I need my first conversion factor, and I need to get out of miles, so I need miles to be on the bottom. I'm going to use 1 mile equals 1.61 kilometers, and I'm going to put the 1 mile on bottom and the 1.61 kilometers on top. The reason I put miles on bottom is so that they cancel out with the miles on top from the starting value. Now I'm trying to get to meters and I'm in kilometers, so I need to do one more conversion. I want to cancel out my kilometers, so I'm going to put the 1 kilometer on bottom and the 1,000 meters on top. Then my kilometers cancel and I end with meters here, just like I wanted to with my ending goal. Now all that's left to do is solve. That means type it in on your calculator. Pause and try to type it in on your calculator on your own. Okay, let's type it in together. We're going to take our 4.472, multiply by 1.61, divide by 1, multiply by 1,000, and divide by 1 more time. You guys can see I'm just kind of doing a zigzag here. I'm multiplying. Here, let me do this in a different color. I'm multiplying here, and then to go down here, I divide. And then to go back up here, I multiply. To go down here, I divide. Okay? Then I get my final answer of 7199.92. And that needs a unit of meters, the unit we ended in. Okay, let's do one more problem together. We're going to do problem number 6 together here. Problem number 6 says 12 ounces to milligrams. Write your starting point, your ending point, and your conversion factor. Okay, starting point is 12 ounces. Ending point is milligrams. We need units that are going to get us from ounces to milligrams. As I look down below, I have 1 ounce equals 28.35 grams. And then I can go from grams to milligrams using 1,000 milligrams equals 1 gram. So I'm going to write those up here. 1 ounce equals 28.35 grams. And 1,000 milligrams equals 1 gram. All right, now it's time to map it out. Go ahead and pause and try to set up your dimensional analysis problem with parentheses and everything. Okay, let's do it together. 12 ounces is our starting value. Put that off in space. Now I need to convert out of ounces, so I'm going to use my first conversion factor. 1 ounce on the bottom so that my units will cancel equals 28.35 grams on the top. Now ounces have canceled out. Now I'm in units of grams. Now I need to move from grams to milligrams because that's what the problem told me to do. 1 gram, my conversion factor says, equals 1,000 milligrams. I put the gram on bottom so it cancels out with this gram on top. The last step is just to type it in and solve it on your calculator. Pause and try to do that right now. Okay, let's type it in together. I have 12 times 28.35 divided by 1 times 1,000 divided by 1 equals 340,200. And then my final unit was milligrams. For that calculation, you guys remember everything on top gets multiplied. So I started by multiplying. On bottom we divide, top we multiply, bottom we divide. That's how I got that answer on my calculator. All right, that's it for this video. If you're still struggling on these problems, my encouragement to you is to start by mapping out your starting point, your ending point, and then digging up those conversion factors. Always find conversion factors that get you out of your starting point first, okay? So even though ounces didn't go directly to milligrams here, it got us closer. It went to grams, okay? Then we could go from grams to milligrams, all right? That's the type of strategy you'll have to use during this assignment. Let me know what other questions you have. Bring them to class. I would love to answer them for you.